You've said it before. You're beautiful. You thought it was sweet, thoughtful, the right thing to say. But what if I told you those 3 words don't make her desire you? They make her forget you, because every man before you said the same thing. Every message, every compliment, every "you're gorgeous" she's ever heard has blended into static. So when you tell her she's beautiful, she doesn't feel seen. She feels categorized, and a woman cannot crave what feels familiar. 1. The death of "you're beautiful." You've said it before, maybe 100 times. You're beautiful. It feels polite, right? Kind, the respectful thing to say. But here's the truth. No one ever told you. Those 3 words don't make her feel wanted. They make her feel bored. Not because beauty doesn't matter. It does. But because those words have become background noise. Every guy, every text, every conversation that had even a hint of flirtation, she's heard it all before. It doesn't move her anymore. It doesn't even register as special. You see, "you're beautiful" has lost its power because it's lazy. It's obvious. It's surface-level recognition dressed up as sincerity. When you say it, she knows you haven't really seen her. You've only looked. You notice the makeup, the outfit, the smile, but not the energy behind them. And a woman doesn't crave to be looked at. She craves to be understood. When a woman feels understood, her defenses soften, her voice changes, her guard lowers. She feels safe enough to open up a little more. And that opening, that's where desire begins. Most men think attraction is about validation. They think if they say enough nice things, they'll get noticed. But validation without depth is just noise. And women don't fall for noise, they fall for signal. So next time you feel tempted to say, "you're beautiful," stop, breathe. Observe. Notice her mannerisms, the way she looks away when she's shy, the small shift in her tone when she talks about something close to her heart. That's where her real beauty lives, in the moments she doesn't even realize you're paying attention. When you start noticing what others overlook, your words become magnetic, because now you're not just complimenting her, you're seeing her, and in that moment you become unforgettable. 2. Why obvious praise kills desire. Let's get something straight. Women are not starving for compliments. They're surrounded by them. Instagram DMs, comments, random guys at coffee shops. Everyone is praising her. "You're hot. You're stunning. You're so pretty." But none of that actually makes her feel, because praise that costs you nothing means nothing to her. When you tell a woman she's beautiful, what she hears is, "you noticed what every other man noticed too." That doesn't make you stand out. It just makes you predictable. And predictability kills desire. Desire lives in the unknown, in mystery, in curiosity. It's built on the feeling that someone sees something deeper in you, something you didn't even realize was visible. A woman becomes drawn to a man who can name something subtle about her, something that others missed, like the way she pauses before she speaks, or how her energy shifts when she gets passionate about a subject. That's when she starts to feel that pull toward you, because now you're speaking to her essence, not her appearance. Your beautiful focuses on the surface. I love the way your energy changes when you talk about something real, focuses on her soul. And that's what she remembers. Women are emotional creatures. They respond not to what you say, but to how you say it and where it's coming from. If your words come from need, she feels that. If they come from depth, she feels that too. The difference is subtle but life-changing. So stop repeating what every other man says. Don't feed her the same tired lines. Speak like a man who's paying attention, and you'll see how quickly her energy shifts when she realizes you actually see her. 3. Speak to her soul, not her skin. Every woman has a layer she hides beneath what she shows, the confident smile, the practiced laugh, the polished exterior. But underneath all that, she's longing to be felt, to be recognized in the quiet, unguarded parts of herself. When you say, "you're beautiful," you're admiring her mask. When you say, "there's something about the way you pause before you laugh," it's almost like you're holding something back. You're speaking to her truth. And that's the difference between attraction and connection. Most men chase physical beauty because it's easy, but real attraction, lasting, haunting attraction, comes from emotional recognition. When she feels you see her in ways others can't, something inside her awakens. Her imagination starts building stories around you. She begins to wonder who you are, how you see her that deeply, and what it would feel like to be known by you. That curiosity is what creates emotional intimacy. And emotional intimacy is what leads to physical desire. You don't need to be the most handsome man in the room. You just need to see her differently. Women don't remember men who praise them. They remember men who perceive them. So stop trying to sound romantic. Stop trying to say the right thing. Say the real thing. Say what you genuinely notice. That's how you go from being one of many to the one she can't forget. 4. The art of emotional precision. There's a word for what women crave in communication: precision, not perfection. Precision. When you speak to her with emotional precision, your words hit differently. They don't sound like lines, they sound like truth. Instead of saying, "You look amazing in that dress," say, "There's something about the way you carry yourself when you're comfortable. It makes people notice." See the difference? One flatters her appearance, the other mirrors her energy. Women crave that emotional precision because it makes them feel seen on a level most men can't reach. The reason most guys fail isn't because they're not good looking or interesting. It's because their words lack presence. They're speaking from insecurity, not observation. You can't fake this. You can't memorize phrases and expect real connection. This comes from being present. When you're grounded, when you actually notice, when you listen beyond her words, your language naturally becomes more powerful. And that power doesn't come from dominance or bravado. It comes from calm awareness, the kind of awareness that tells her, "You're safe here. I see you." That's the kind of man she surrenders to. 5. Presence over performance. Most men are performers. They want to impress, they want to charm, but charm fades when it's not rooted in truth. Women can feel when you're performing. They can sense the agenda behind your words. True attraction happens when you drop the act. When you stop trying to impress her and start feeling her. That's masculine containment, the quiet power of being grounded. When you're calm, when you're fully there, when you're not chasing approval, something in her relaxes. She feels safe enough to open up emotionally and physically. And in that safety, desire blooms. Women don't want to be conquered. They want to be understood. They want to be felt through presence, not pressure. So stop rushing to fill silence with compliments. Let the silence breathe. Look at her, not with lust, but with curiosity. That's how you shift the entire energy of attraction. 6. The man she never forgets. The truth is, she doesn't want another man who calls her beautiful. She wants the man who makes her feel beautiful without saying a word, because words fade. Energy doesn't. When you speak to her essence, she starts imagining what it would feel like to be known by you, to be touched by someone who doesn't just want her, but understands her. And that imagination is where desire begins. She doesn't crave praise, she craves presence. She doesn't need a man who notices her body, she needs one who feels her soul. So stop chasing reactions, start building connection through stillness, awareness, and truth. When a woman feels seen, not admired, not praised, but seen, she'll lean in, she'll open, and she'll want to feel you closer inside her world, inside her silence, inside the spaces where words no longer matter. That's what makes you unforgettable. So stop saying she's beautiful. She's heard it all before. Every man before you tried to win her with words, but you'll touch her with presence. Because it's not about what you say. It's about what she feels when you say nothing at all. When she looks at you and senses calm instead of chaos. When she feels your attention, not your hunger. When she sees that you notice the little things, the tone of her laugh, the way her eyes shift when she's nervous. She starts to crave you quietly, deeply. That's the kind of attraction that lingers. Not loud, not rushed, but slow, magnetic, impossible to shake. You're not here to chase her. You're here to see her. And when you do, she'll come closer. Not because you asked her to, but because she wants to. Remember this, every woman wants to feel beautiful, but only a few ever feel understood. Be the man who understands her. Be the silence that draws her in. Be the presence she can't forget. Because beauty fades, but depth leaves a mark that never goes away. This is Olivia Rose. And if you felt that, share it with someone who still thinks beauty is enough, because it's not. Presence is.